Sandra Langstaff, and the name of my story is can't feel my leg. Oh, yeah, okay. You'd think that with the years that I've spent yoga, skiing, tennis, creative movement, gardening, knitting, you'd think that I would have a solid grip on my physical body. After all, I'm a person with pretty proficient fine and gross motor movement skills. I'm coordinated, I'm flexible, and I'm controlled, I guess. One might even assume that physicality is one of the biggest part of my whole being. At times, it pushes my mind and my heart out of the way. Though I eat and sleep well and generally take good care of myself, I'm not one for regular body work, sweat lodges, or detoxification. However, I have had 2 colonoscopies. The first one I had was 10 years ago, and I was drugged, but I was conscious enough so that I could watch the probe move across the monitor. And it was like being in a trippy ride down a diamond mine with the 7 dwarves. At least the first 10 seconds of that was it's really the only part that I remember. Last year though, this past winter, I decided that despite the drugs, I was gonna stay conscious for the entire procedure. I was feeling more pulled together as a person, more compassionate, more patient, more open, more knowledgeable about the whole thing. The night before, I mindfully drank a gallon of colon cleanser, sip by sip, hour by hour. In pre-op, I meditated to lower my blood pressure, to calm my beating heart. I didn't even flinch when they put in the IV. Unfortunately, by the time the monitor went on, I was passed out cold. I came to. In post-op, I was so bummed because I'd missed the fantastic voyage. The doctor came in and he said, "We found some polyps, so come back in 5 years, not 10. I'm also adding to your chart that you need monitored anesthetic care next time because things became problematic." Problematic? Tears sprang to my eyes. What do you mean problematic? I was so calm. My body was relaxed. I had no problems last time. I wanted to watch the whole procedure. I wanted to be an A+ patient. Halfway through, you were moaning and thrashing around. "You need an MAC," he replied and left. I'm pretty sure I never saw his eyes blink. I was mortified, saddened, and embarrassed. How could that have happened? How did my body develop polyps? I'd done a heartfelt mental cleanse before I passed out. What about my intentions? Mindfulness, deep breathing, focus, calmness, all that shit. Sometimes we take our perceived strengths for granted. Maybe we feel our strength is in our heart and we surprise ourselves when we say an unkind word. Maybe our mind has always been there to keep us safe, and then we're really surprised by an error in judgment. Or maybe our foot falls asleep. We can slowly savor the pins and needles, the agony of the pins and needles, and move slowly to regain control. Or sometimes we'd rather just jump up and stagger around for a bit. Sometimes maintaining balance takes practice, despite fumbling. Sometimes we do it quickly, and sometimes it takes a bit more time. Thank you.